Okie dokie. So, I am processing some rabbits today. Well, I killed them yesterday. I slaughtered them yesterday. Today, I am going to can them into jars. This is my first time canning rabbits, so it took me a few rabbits to figure out how to do them correctly in the best way that I found to do it to get them into jars. Most of them I have gotten into 2 jars, 1 rabbit into 2 jars. This one's going to take 3 jars. This is an older mother that we processed, and so she's much bigger. So what I want to do first is I just want to snap these the best I can so that I snap those leg ball joints out, and then I turn her over and I want to dissect out this leg. We don't want to waste any of this meat if we can help it. So I'm right-handed. I gotta turn her over this way to do the other one. So we'll dissect this leg out and we'll turn her back over. So alright, so I can feel this bone in here. Now, I don't want to can this whole bone in the jar because it takes up a lot of space. So I'm going to cut that away, and I'm going to use my shears to cut the end of this bone off.
Mom.
No, just wait a second, please.
What is
Okay, there's one leg. So now we'll do the same with the other leg. Just keep it over here, okay, honey? Do the same with the other leg. I'm going to try to cut some of this meat away so I can see good in there. And then I'll just feel and see where this... Now this one I think actually might have stayed in there, so I might not have to... Nope, I gotta cut it. So we're gonna cut this, find the bone, and just cut it in half. Now I know what some of you might be thinking, that wow, that's a waste of bones that could be put in there for bone broth, but I make bone broth out of all the rest of the scraps that I don't put in the jars. So I don't waste a thing, nothing gets wasted. It just doesn't get put in the jar. There's another leg.
No, you're gonna fall.
That's right. Okay, so now up here we have some weird bones.
Not even
sticking
the
out here.
guts. You don't waste the guts.
I need you to go do what I asked you to, please.
I did.
Thank you.
But Jack did it.
Okay, so I'm gonna get these bones out of here. Bone for bone broth. Just taking the end of these bones off because I don't want them in there. Bone for bone broth, and then it helps to put your thumb under here and kind of snap that backbone there a little bit, so then you have a place to cut.
So you snapped his tail?
No, this is his backbone where his legs are. Bone broth,
That's how you
bone.
cut it off.
Now, these are what you call the belly flaps. I like them. Some people make them into beef jerky. Some people make them into different things. I like them just for meat. They taste good. I don't know why people do that. They say they're not as good as of meat. I don't know why they say that. I have not found that to be true. We like them just fine. So I just cut those off.
I don't know what belly flaps are.
One belly flap.
Belly flap.
Two
See
belly
belly
flaps.
flaps.
Okay, now I'm gonna take this diaphragm.
What's a
over
diaphragm?
there.
What's a diaphragm?
It's the part that moves the lungs. It contracts and
It moves the lungs.
and it makes the lungs breathe. Okay, so I'm gonna take some of that fat out. She was a really fatty rabbit.
Yeah. Like this much fat.
Now I'm gonna break her back here.
There you go.
And then we have the middle section.
Yeah.
And this goes into a jar just like this.
You got a lot done already.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there's the middle section. Now
The
up
5
here,
rabbits done already.
okay, I really need you to be quiet, okay?
Okay.
No talking, okay? All right, now the front arms. Are you looking there to make sure you get it? Now the front arms, I just take them and kind of loosen them here a little bit. I'm going to turn over the back. Now her scapula comes around here. So I just cut around just like I did the back legs. I don't want to waste this good wing meat. This is the rabbit wings. It's like chicken wings.
The wings. But rabbits don't fly.
So,
Rabbits don't fly with them.
when that's done, there's a wing.
None.
And you can feel the scapula in here. You just want to kind of lift it up a little bit and cut around it here. So you get all that good meat with it. Okay, sometimes you'll get a little blood in here just because we do the method of dispatch where it's called the broomstick method. And sometimes you get some blood pooling up near the neck just because it gets kind of bruised where you do that. So there's another one. Now I take the rib cage. This is the bottom of the rabbit, so he would be standing like this. So this is the rib cage down here, and I cut this in half. And then I go down here. Can you show down here? No, in here.
I'm trying.
Okay, so then I cut on each side of the backbone under here. And the backbone's going to go into the stew pot. And then the ribs go into the jar. It's not as hard as it sounds. It's just a lot of ribs. Okay. Now, just cut all those ribs up there as far as you can get up. Okay. So then you can separate out these ribs. You want to get as much meat as you can in there. There's a rib. Looks so good, doesn't it? And then a rib. Now this is the backbone. This goes into the stew pot.
Why is stew pot?
Okay, so now you just this is a puzzle. So you have to take your pieces, and you know you're going to try to put it into 2 jars if you can. This one I know is not going to fit into 2 jars because she's so big. But, so I'm going to have to figure out which pieces I want to put in which way. I kind of like to put the fatter end at the bottom so that it goes and fills up that whole bottom space as much as possible. Oh, goodness.
Oh,
just gotta get them in there.
She was big, wasn't she?
That part of her is gonna fit there, and then we'll just have to put
like
pieces around her.
So
So,
like 3 or 4 jars.
I'm gonna take one rib cage and shove it down in the bottom of that. And I'm using small mouth jars because I didn't feel like going down to the shed and finding all my large mouth jars. So my laziness is also my trouble. Now I gotta fit them in here with a small mouth jar. Hold on, honey. So there's part of her.
Part of her.
And then I'm gonna put the big fat part of the leg down in there. And I think I'm gonna be able to put 2 legs down in here actually. Honey, can you put it over here, please?
Mommy,
Don't worry about Jack.
There's no more.
There's no more right now. Hold on.
What?
I'll help you in a minute. Okay. Woo-wee. It's a workout. You gotta get her in here. Now you don't want to break your jar, of course. I'm not pushing that hard. You just gotta work her down in
What the
there.
heck is
There you go.
sound?
And once it's cooked, it'll come out much easier than it goes in. So there's 2 legs in there, 2 back legs. Now,
Front legs couldn't fit in.
let's see. I'm gonna put a piece of this down in here.
Belly flaps.
And you want to try to get as much air out of this as you can. This is a method where we don't put water in this. Her juices make the water in the jar, so you don't want to leave space if you can help it. So I'm going to cut this ribbon in half.
Yeah, because that can't all fit in there. It's too big.
And then I'm going to try to put this in there.
Jag
Okay.
går inte med appelsin.
No. Then we have a whole can of meat. Ta-da!
Two whole
Now,
cans.
I'll can these. These are left over from the last rabbit. She wouldn't all fit in. This is what's left over from this rabbit. These were 2 huge rabbits. The rest all fit. They were fryers. They were actually pretty big rabbits. They were way over 5 pounds. I bet they were 6 pounds at least. But they fit into 2 jars. These ones are like 8-pound rabbits, 9-pound rabbits,
Oh, gosh.
not fitting in 2 jars. So that's how I part them out. That's how I stick them in the jars. That's how I do it. So, and then I'll pressure can them. You'll have to read up on how to pressure can meat. It's very easy. I much prefer it. So that's it.